You are lucky enough to be listening to episode 32. I can't even take myself serious. Welcome back, bitches. Happy Aries season. I love me Aries. You guys, it's crazy. I love you. I have so many Aries in my life. I'm a product of two Aries. If that makes any sense, it makes all the sense. I will say, you guys, I love you guys. Any Aries that has ever pursued me, I've dated, anything has love bombed me. And this is not me complaining. I am a Leo rising. Like, I saw it as all, I saw it as true. It was all facts. I don't see it. Love bombing, schmove bombing. I appreciate it. You guys do it though. You guys are the sorest losers. If you want to see comedy, watch an Aries lose. There's a meme in my head. I gotta post it. It's like this little bat thing, like losing its mind, and the caption is like Aries when they lose. It's my favorite. You guys are sore losers. I will say you guys are the Aries I know are very, very, very selfless. But it's to a point. Like, you guys do so much till you hit your breaking point. It's almost, I'm thinking of all the Aries I know. I mean, anyone can have a selfish side, but all the Aries I know do that. They are like selfless, and then they filled everyone else's cup, so they kind of lose it. You guys do that. But I do love you. You guys, this is your world and everyone's just living in it. That is your attitude, and I'm obsessed with it. I love me some confidence. Trying to think. Yeah, I have so many Aries in my life, so many Aries placements. I know so many Aries moons. Not sure what that has to teach me, but love you crazy fuckers. So obviously, since it's Aries season, let's start with a really, really chaotic fuck, marry, kill. But first this, because it'll make sense. I believe every movie with a musical should have a trigger warning. A trigger warning that I'm about to be violated through my ear holes and my eye holes. I cannot explain to you how much I hate musicals. I think they ruin movies. What was that movie, and they were like poor and like in the olden days, and they were like a circus, and Zendaya was in it. When that movie took over the world, it was the worst time in my life. It's a dark time. I hate musicals. And I really do want to see Wicked because I've heard it's a great movie. But like my eye starts twitching when it's like great scene and then they break out in song. Yeah. I hate it. So I think I just went to go see Snow White with my kids. And I didn't know it was a fucking musical. I should have known, because aren't like almost all Disney movies musicals? I think it's a waste of time. We're all entitled to our own opinion. But that makes sense with this. Fuck, marry, kill. Angry, dopey, and sleepy. 3 of the dwarfs. And listen, at first I was like, is this appropriate? But they're not. They're adults. In the movie, they said they're like over 100 years old. So they're grown. Fully consensual adults. All right? They're not children. Even though they're little. So I would, let's see, angry, dopey, and sleepy. What would you pick? Dopey. Marry, sleepy. Fuck, angry. Like, have you ever had makeup sex? Duh. Angry is totally a Capricorn. Dopey. Dopey is a Gemini. Maybe. No. Dopey's a Gemini or a Taurus. And sleepy is Cancer or Yeah. That's what comes to the top of my mind. I'm not changing my mind. Thank you. Those are my answers. I know I told you guys that I've been wanting to change gyms. I changed gyms. Now I want to change gyms again. I want to leave. And my reason is so valid. I feel like you'll all agree with me. And you'll be like, Kia, you're right. What's new? There's no one hot in my gym. I'm so dead ass. There's no one hot. There's no one to look at. And I don't want to, like, I want something to look at. It's not that I want to date them. I want you to make my day a little bit better by looking at you. You know? Like, just a little piece of eye candy. I just look over. That's a good looking man. And then I go about my workout. There's nothing to look at. Nothing. Just perverts and more perverts. I do tend to classify unattractive 45, 50 plus men as perverts. But most of the time I'm right. And wouldn't you rather I be safe than sorry? Like I called someone a pervert and was wrong about it than the other way around? Anywho, I want to change gyms. And that is so valid. I would like for everywhere I go, there be someone nice to look at. I just look at them and I appreciate them. Appreciate what the universe has created and blessed us with, and I move on with my life. It's so boring going places and there's no one decent to look at, no one hot. That's so valid. So valid. Like if you're in a relationship, you've got your person to look at, good for you. I just want someone to look at, and I tried going in the morning times. I haven't tried night yet. But the later I go, the more underage people there are. They come in like their pajamas and their school backpacks, and yeah, see, they just radiate underage. I've tried all the times and there's no one hot, and it's really upsetting me and my homegirls. So I want to change gyms, and I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm just telling you why. I'm telling you why. Do I need to do a poll like where the hottest gyms in fucking Tacoma are? I'll do it. I'll do the research. I've already switched gyms once. I'll do it. Whatever. One thing I love, if you let a man, if you give a man the opportunity to just talk nonstop, he will take it and run with it. This weekend, met a man, it was towards the end of the night. Me and my friend had gone to a couple of places, so we met him at the first place and then ran into him at the third place. And if I'm in the mood to entertain it, it's incredible. If I have the energy to just sit there and listen. If you just shut up and just let them talk, just stare at them, maybe a little nod here and there, they will go for hours, and it's incredible. They're just dying. They're just dying to talk about themselves. This man I met, this is everything I found out about him. I think I asked him his name. No, actually, he asked me my name and told me his name, and then he just went on a tangent. I think it started out well, if you're going to date me, here are the things that you should know about me, and just pew. At no point did I ask to date him. At no point did I ask anything. He's just dying to get these things off his chest. He told me what he does for work, how many houses he has, what states he lives in. He told me how long he went to prison. He told me both his sons are in prison, and one's a good son and one's a bad son, but that doesn't make him a bad man because they turned out different. So what does that have to do with him? His words, not mine. He told me that I could stay in his houses if I'd when he leaves town, and I could borrow his cars. And he told me he can't trust anyone, and he's been fucked over by everyone he knows. And I swear on everything, I'm dramatic. I'm not being dramatic about this. I didn't ask him a single question. This is everything. He just loved to talk. Did I say he was a Capricorn? He said his first love was his mother and then money. He hasn't had a woman since, I think he said 2011, because he's just been so busy selling drugs. He said, no woman understands his lifestyle. No woman understands that he needs to be in the streets. This is everything I got. What else did he tell me? He told me he's ready to settle down and be loved for who he is. It was incredible. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Oh, and then he told me, he said, if you'd like, I'll take you out tomorrow and I'll take you shopping. And if you want to buy a new car, we'll go buy a new car and we'll go to Bellevue. And it's just like, you know when people try to sell you dreams, but they're bad at selling dreams? Like, in your head, it's just like bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. It's just like, well, you know, and what time will we go? It was incredible. It's incredible, and I love it. There was another time where a man had been like pestering me to take me on a date, and finally he was like, I'll pay you. I think it was like, I'll pay you $250 to go on this date for me. I'm not stupid. I'll go eat and I'll get your money. And you know, and I was very clear, like, I'm going because you're paying me. Like, nothing's promised. I'm not going to be your girlfriend. No, it's going. This was an older man. We go. He was a Pisces. I have learned, if you let a Pisces talk about themselves, they'll do it. I mean, anyone will, but I've noticed about Pisces specifically. This man, it was the same situation. Like, I feel like they just don't have real friends or something, and they just talk and talk. He told me his whole life story about his ex-marriage and his kids and where he went to school. Couldn't get a word in. Or he would ask me a question and I'd answer like 2 words, and then he'd find a way to bring it back to himself. And I didn't care because I wasn't there to try to get to know him. Like, you were the one that had been pestering me. I just sat there, ate my little Mexican food, and he just got a free... No, it was a paid therapy session because he paid me. But it sure was a therapy session. He just talked. It was incredible. He told me he hates strip clubs he likes strip clubs, but he doesn't go a lot because the girls tend to use glitter body spray and glitter oils. And then when he comes home, his ex-wife would find out, and it was just a whole thing. Somehow that's not his fault, but... Ooh, if I'm in the mood for it, I love to let them talk. They'll tell you their whole life, their story. They are dying to do it. Oh, it's hilarious. You should try it sometime. Okay. It's a late night. Nothing else is open. What is your go-to Taco Bell order? And if you're like, ew, Taco Bell... I don't think we would be very good friends. You eat the Taco Bell without judgment, and then you move on the next day. You don't need to repent for your sins. You don't need to... No, you move on like nothing happened. What would be your Taco Bell order? I love me a beef grilled cheese. With some mild sauce and some nacho fries. And sometimes, maybe like once a year, I'll get the Baja Blast Freeze. But if I get the Baja Blast Freeze and I've already had a lot of caffeine that day, I feel like I'm on drugs. And that's the same when I go to get my smoothies. If I add caffeine to my smoothies, there's something about their caffeine that's like not normal caffeine. Like, I feel like I did drugs. But that's my go-to order. But if I get off work late, really, it's only drive-thrus that are open. I have a Taco Bell by my house. And so there was a few nights, this was months ago, where Taco Bell was the only thing open, and it was a hyperfixation at the time. I stopped because I saw the difference in my body when I was going frequently, and I was like, oh, let's chill out just a smidge. But I went 2 nights in a row. First night, I'm like paying, and the girl compliments my nails. And then the second night I go, it's the same girl working. She compliments my nails. She goes, oh, you were here last night. You got the same exact thing. And, bitch, mind your business. Mind your business and give me my order, please. I felt like she was shaming me. She gave me a compliment and she ended it with shaming me. Not nice. You know what also is not nice, but it is good for you? The Pattern app. I feel like I've talked about it before, but I have to talk about it again. So it's a great app. First of all, stop getting your horoscopes off of CoStar. They're not even real astrologers. And the their like daily updates are wild. I do love it to see like my basic chart, and then you can make friends on there, so you can like meet someone and be like, "Hey, do you have CoStar?" You can add them as friends or pull up their chart. But the Pattern app has your chart, but it dives deeper. But it also gives you like life updates. Here's when the next moon is. Here's how this transit will affect you. But the daily updates it gives you, so I allow push notifications for that app. They will read you to filth. They will read you to filth, and you will feel seen like no other. But the way it reads you, it's like, excuse me, it's like that very blunt auntie or grandma. I don't know about the grandma because I didn't really grow up with my grandma. What is that like? Anywho, story for another time. But if you want to really, really get to know yourself, because that is like a fucking superpower in this life. If you can get to know yourself very, very unbiasedly, if you can see like your light and your shadows, your gifts and your flaws, and you can see it all and love it all instead of ignore it, that is a fucking superpower. Then no one will be able to project onto you, because you'll know what is projections and what isn't projections. But if you are still an astrology non-believer, go to cafeastrology.com, type in Cafe Astrology free birth chart. You're going to put in your information, and then it'll load a new page, and it'll show you like a graphic with like a whole bunch of words that mean nothing to you. It'll say like sun, moon, Jupiter, and it'll list all your signs. But then if you scroll past that, it dives deeper into all of your placements. So like for you specifically, it has a whole free chart reading. And if you read through that and you are still not a believer in astrology, one, you're a dirty liar. You're in denial. But yeah, you're going to be a believer. That is what made me a believer. I found it on TikTok and I read through my whole birth chart and I was like, how the fuck do they know me? It's amazing. And I've read my kids. It's really interesting, like if you're dating someone to read theirs. But yeah, if you want to be rid to filth, download the Pattern. It's good for you. It's good. Okay, I have a new daily affirmation for us all. You can screen record or rewind, or maybe like open up your laptop and take notes, handwrite, take notes, but I feel like this will really, really resonate with a lot of you. I don't care what a bitch think and how a hoe feel, 'cause ain't none of you hoes paying my bills. That's right. And ain't none of your hoes finna buy me a crib, and ain't none of your hoes finna give me a whip. Yeah. I know I must make a lot of y'all hoes sick. All I can tell you is, ho, get used to it, bitch. And that is by the great poet, Miss Trina, the Sag Queen. If you ever need a confidence boost, Miss Trina. In the gym, my kid... I'm being so for real right now. My kids love it on the way to school. I've never played kids' music ever since they were born. Hello, I had my first at 18. You think I was going to put on, like, Looney Tunes or whoever plays kids' music? I don't know. Rugrats, some shit. I've never, ever put on kids' music. I refuse to, because even the baby shows alone would make me want to bang my head into the wall, but that's where I drew the line. You could have your baby shows, but my music is going to be my music. And so they've grown up on all my music, and they're going to thank me one day. when they're given the aux, or fuck, the auxes are disappearing. They're going to give Apple CarPlay, and they're playing all the good throwbacks. And you're welcome. That is a gift you have for a lifetime. But yeah, if you need a fucking confidence boost, you go ahead to Miss Trina. She knows what she's doing. I have a question for you. Oh my lord. For you readers. It's just a little thirsty. Okay, I've been debating this, honestly, for over a year. Should I start reading smut? See or no? Here's my fear. I know myself, and I feel like if I get into smut, I'll be full on addicted. Where's Kia reading smut? Kia's late to pick up her kids. She's reading smut. Kia's late to work. She's reading smut. I feel like I'll have a full on addiction, and then my expectations for the real world will be so distorted. And I'll just be like full on turned on from the pants down 24/7. I am a words of affirmation lover. It's how I've been love bombed so many times. Because, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you lied that I'm not the love of your life? Like, I've fallen for love bombing many a times. Can you blame me? I just feel like, why wouldn't you be telling the truth right now? We just met each other. Anywho. But and just like reading those words, yeah, I'm going to get full on addicted. I don't even think you need to answer me. I don't think I should do it. Maybe one day. I know myself. I wonder if you can hear that car through this microphone. I'm sure he's real big. I don't think I should do it. I think it's a bad idea. Or a good idea. Let's find out. Keep me updated. Yeah, I know myself. I can just see it now. Me having a full-on smut addiction. I sees it. I've been addicted to a lot of crazy things, but I will say I can cut things cold turkey really, really easily. I got addicted to scratch tickets for a while. I swear. It was my first scratch ticket. 2 scratch tickets. I bought 2. I was like trying everything I was never allowed to do, and it felt so naughty and exciting. I bought 2 and I won both. So obviously I was like, this will be my full-time job. I kid you not. That was my thought process. This will be my full-time job. I'm so lucky. I'll just buy scratch tickets all day long. And I swear I did. Every gas station I stopped at, I'd buy a scratch ticket. And then I was like, this is getting a little ridiculous. And I cut cold turkey. I still do them every now and again for fun. But I had an addiction there for a minute. Had to pull myself out real quick. I've lived a life, I tell ya. Okay, especially if you follow me on the grams, which if you haven't, you should, and let's go be friends. When I tell you to go have fun, go play outside, I post that a lot. It's going to look different to everyone. Like, some of you are going to want to go fucking play at the trampoline park. Some of you want to play a sport, go swimming, roller skating, like actually playing games with your kids. It's going to look different to all of you, but it's just important that you do it. Like, you make time to find what's fun for you. And if you need help, think back to like the shit you did as a kid that was very, very fun. No days off is not a flex. It's not it is so unhealthy for you. And there's so much that happens behind the scenes that you can't force or make happen. Like, you can set your goals, you can work, you can ask for what you want, you can manifest for what you want, But there are so many things that will only be able to happen if you let go. And also, it's terrible for your health to work 24/7. Stress level, anxiety, all that shit, sleep. But playing and like doing fun things is good for you. It's going to keep you young. It's going to refill your cup. You're going to get so many creative ideas when you like shut your brain off, live in the moment, and just play. Laugh, be silly, take nothing seriously. It's fucking good for you. And you will find that when you live in the moment, like you do these fun things, or you just specifically learn to live in the moment, not replay the future, not pre-plan for the... No, I did that backwards. Not live in the past or pre-plan for the future. Like, there are times when planning is necessary, but you also need to learn to be in the now. And when you finally learn to do that, like, be present when you're doing these things, that is when you're going to attract so much of what you've asked for or worked for or you're waiting for. It comes when you let go and you're in the now. So, go play outside. Go be silly. Go be young. This is also related, but I say this a lot also. Like, go dance, go shake your ass. It's healing. There's so much trauma and emotions and energy stored specifically in your hips. And so when you dance, you get loose, you go out fucking clubbing, whatever, shaking your fucking ass, it's healing. You're moving those emotions, you're moving energy, you're healing things. It can also be why you might have experienced crying after sex, because all of that energy and trauma and shit is stored in your hips. Or you can just feel like a brand new person after a night of dancing. It's good for you, and there's a reason behind all of this. There's a reason I say this shit often. What I'm doing for fun next, I'm signing up for pole classes. And I'm so excited. I think I was a young teenager when I first was like, I bitch want to be on that pole. And not to, I think it's so cool, and the upper strength they have is so fucking admirable. And I just want to do it just to say I did it and to learn some tricks. It'll be my new party trick. Like, you have a pole in the middle of your house, I'm going to do a backflip on it. Or something. You got some kind of pole in your kitchen. Let me get on it. I'm doing that soon. If any of you locals want to join me, I'm excited. I have like a whole list of things I want to do. And just why not? Why not try new shit? Okay, when did I have it? I don't know. I had a rental car recently because someone backed into me. And I'm going to get Siri to say it. Okay, so this is Siri, come on. How to pronounce. So this is the brand of... Oh my god, you're being useless. I found it the other time. Hold on. How do you say... Okay.
Hyundai.
So apparently that's how you say it. So we were at work and I was outside and they're like, is that your new car? Or I had a rental or something and I was like, no, that's my Hyundai. They're like, excuse me? I thought it was exactly as it's spelled, Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Just a little off. I've been saying that for years. Hyundai. You're welcome. I take almost everything literal. And that's fine. That's what we love about me. I do need to remind you, you are not some helpless adult or baby adult. because I'm just a girl. You can develop skills and talents and change at any time. I don't give a fuck if you're 60, 70, 21, 45. You can change. If there is something you don't like about yourself, you can change it. If there's someone you admire and they have all these skills and they're really, really cool and you just look up to them, the things that you admire about them are things that you can grow and change and develop about yourself. You are not some fucking helpless person that stopped growing at 19, 21. Like, you can continue to grow. But now at this age, because you're not in high school anymore, you're not living with your parents, you might be, but it's not their job. Like, as an adult, if you want to change, it's now a choice. Staying the same is a choice. And so if you don't like who you are, that's fine, but continuing to be that person is a choice. And like, you can be this person that you're uncomfortable and unhappy with, and that's uncomfortable, and it's going to be uncomfortable to change and try something new, but you just gotta fucking pick the uncomfortable. Both are going to be uncomfortable. You know what's gonna suck is looking back in 20 years and being like, I'm the same exact person and nothing has changed. And you look around and you see people you admire, you grow, they're gonna trigger you. They had the same opportunities and choices you did. Do you know how many free shit and resources are on the internet to learn literally anything you want to learn? It is a choice. And so if you are not confident, you can learn confidence. If you don't know how to deal with confrontation and you look back and see that it's ruined all of your relationships, or maybe you've been the problem, you can change that. You can learn these skills. You're not helpless, nothing. And like I've said a million times, just you can imagine you, but imagine like the best version of you, whoever you wanted to be when you were like 16. Are they cool? Are they confident? Like, what is it you actually want to be? And you can become that person. That is a choice. It's going to take actions. You can affirm it, learn new skills. Like, but you don't, if you're unhappy with who you are, you don't have to stay that person. It's just my reminder. You are big and grown. And so much of life is a choice with so much love, even if it's tough love. Like, it's bullshit. Like, oh, that's just who I am. At your big age. Because you can change. Especially if these things are like things you beat yourself up about, things you don't like, things that get you fired in friendships, in relationships. Like, oh, that's just who I am. No. At your big age. You can change. You're not helpless. Growth isn't comfortable. It's so uncomfortable. But also on the other side of growth are the things that you want and the things that you've been dreaming of. So you kind of got to pick your uncomfortable. Sure, one's unfamiliar, but it also could give you everything you wanted. Choices. Also, I know you've all experienced or met, usually they're middle-aged, but someone who's never grown. Someone who, I don't know, for some reason I always expected everyone as they grew up, got older, that they would like just continue to get more and more mature. But there are people that just don't develop. And so I was running into like 45-year-olds, 60-year-olds that act like teenagers. You've been around people who have never grown, and they are fucking unbearable to be around. Just saying. These are now choices. Just saying. My it's done now, but my hyperfixation for a while recently was smoothies, like protein smoothies. And my girl math with it was, okay, every time I go out, I'm prepared to buy myself drinks. Like, go out, spend money on myself. I'm not waiting for someone to buy me a drink. If I want a drink, I'm going to buy it. But it usually ends up being that somehow it was bought for me. Last minute, someone comes up and offers it. Bartender sends me a free one. Friend buys one. Someone gives me money later because they didn't get the opportunity to buy me a drink. It just always happens that way. It's actually something I manifested years ago, free drinks, because it's fun. So because I was going to spend the money and I didn't spend the money, or I got the money back, reimbursed, whatever, when I go to buy these smoothies that I'm spending so much money on, I'm like, right, but I was going to spend money on drinks and I didn't. And so this smoothie money is the money I would have spent on drinks. So basically the smoothie's free. And that is basic math. And that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense to you, maybe you're not treating yourself as much as you should be. And that's a problem. Because it's good for you. It is so important. This is like, goes hand in hand. They like go hand in hand and they kiss. It's so important to give yourself the things that you have been desiring. This is something I've learned over the past few years. But the more you do, the more evidence it's going to be for your brain that it's safe to desire, it's safe to dream big, that you get the things you want, and you'll just find again and again that you'll continue to get the things that you want. So, say for example, you've been wanting a $200 purse. I don't know what kind of purses you want. This is just an example. You keep saying you want it. It's like screenshotted in your photo album. This is something you've been eyeing, but you keep saying like, I don't have the money, not right now, I can't. But at the same time, maybe you go to Target 4 to 5 times a week and you just impulsively buy random shit. Shit that, you know, was cute, but you didn't love it. Like, you didn't really need it or want it. And then it just kind of piles up in the corner. You throw it away in 6 months. Like, and maybe you got a basket full of stuff and they were all $2, but it adds up to $50. And you do that 4 times a week. And you do that every week. Well, you could have bought the purse. You could have got yourself the thing that you wanted, but you didn't prioritize it. Or there was the lack of self-control with these impulse trips. And if you had, and everything I'm saying is shit I have been through myself. And so this was once true for me, so I know it's real. If you had a little more self-control, or if you made the things you wanted a priority, then it would tell your brain, like, I always get the things that I want. And then you're going to want something else. And then it's going to be easy to get it. And maybe you buy the thing that you want first. And because you have, like, fulfilled that desire and you're happy and you've treated yourself, and now you're, like, happier, vibrating higher, you attract more money. Because in your brain, it's just continued evidence of, I get everything I want. And so as soon as you want something else, it just continues to work out. But I have been in the situation where I play that like a little victim because I spent money everywhere. And I'll tell you what, when I was a fucking shopaholic, I was numbing so many emotions. So if that's something you need to unpack later, that's okay. I've been there. But if you can, and I know you can, I'll take that right back. Give yourself the things that you've been desiring. Make it a priority, fit it in the budget, save for it. You'll start to see you attract more money, and it's just this evidence for yourself. Like, yes, I can have what I want. You're going to dream a little bigger. You're going to attract more money, higher income, all that shit. So whatever it is that you've been desiring. I know you can make it work. I know you can. I know you can get anything you want. Do you ever look back? I know you do. Do you ever look back at stages? For me, it's my matte lipstick stage, liquid lipstick. Once upon a time, I had black hair, and then after that, trying to go blonde turned me orange. And then after that, my hair was dead, so I cut it all short, but I would curl my curls like fucking prom curls. So I look back at these stages, and it's like, ooh, choices were made. But don't you wish you had someone back then to be like, you look fucking crazy? And that is why I solemnly vow to always be that friend. If something doesn't look good, if you've looked bitter, if it's not flattering for you, and you ask, I will tell you. Nope, don't buy it. You look crazy. That's not cute. I promise to do it, and I would expect the same. Because I hate that like we really don't see ourselves till a few years later. So like I've done a few I did a photo shoot with my kids. Didn't really love the pictures. I mean, there were a few I loved, but looking back now, everything that I hated about the photos then, I'm like, what the hell was my problem? Like, there was nothing wrong with these pictures. They were so cute. It's like it's almost like you can't see yourself clearly till you're looking back. You're like so far in it, in your insecurities and all that shit. So I promise, you do it for me, I'll do it for you. If I look crazy, I expect you to tell me, and I'll tell you. I promise. I remember when I started this new Instagram, and I was like, how do I want to almost represent myself online? Like, how do I want to come across? Because I knew I wanted it to be me, but like, I don't know, me, everything about me wrapped into one, if that makes sense. And I remember, you know, that word being a girl's girl. And I would label myself as it, but it almost felt like wrong. And it wasn't until I saw this video that it fucking like gave me permission and like clicked for me. And basically she was like, I am not a girl's girl. Like, I will support women and I will be there for women, but I don't like every woman. And that was so fucking validating to me, because when I did label myself as a girl's girl, I did feel very, very fake. There are some bitches I don't like. Girls that have fucked over my sisters. There's one. You can be someone I'm not even friends with, and still the person who fucked you over, I still don't like them. I just like, I'm loyal. There are bitches I do not like. Just have rubbed me the wrong way, fake as fuck, and I don't like you. If you were in a room and you were in danger and you needed support, I'd fucking be there for you. Would I want to hang out with you? No. Would I let you follow me? No. One thing about me, if I don't want you to follow me, I'll remove you as a follower. I don't care about follower counts. Boop, gone. But that was so validating for me, because I did always struggle with it. And I was like, I want to be a girl's girl and I want to, you know, support women, but I don't like all women. I genuinely don't. There are women I don't like, and it felt like taking your bra off after a long day finally saying that. I'll support you. I'll have compassion for you. I'll never leave you. Like, if there was a dangerous man around and you were by yourself, I wouldn't leave you. I would support you and be there for you. You could not like me, ask for my lipstick color, and I'd still give it to you. It doesn't mean I like you. And I can have like this love for everyone and support. And I can want to see you win and still not like you. And that doesn't have to make sense to you. But when she said that, I was like, yes. And then another thing that like just itched the right itch in my brain and like clicked in the right way is when I heard, I'm kind, not nice. I was like, that's me. That's me. I am so kind, but I'm not nice. I am a bitch. I'm fully a bitch. I will not be fake in your face if I don't like you. You rub me the wrong way. But I am kind. Like, I won't go out of my way to be evil to you. I don't have that in me. But I won't fake and like hee hee and ha ha in your face if I don't like you. So those two things were very, very validating. Maybe some of you can relate. I'm a bitch and I don't care. Because if you really got to know me, like, I am very, very kind. But I won't be faking your face. I can't do it. It hurts. It hurts my soul. My Pookie Bear baby angels. I'll have you know, I turned the heat on. I already put this outfit on. It's cold as fuck. I'm freezing. But I didn't want to change my outfit. And so I'm going to thug it out for the rest of this. But just know I'm freezing my ass off. I didn't want to change. And that is me to my core. That's who I am. If I have an outfit picked out and the weather isn't supportive of my outfit, I'll still wear the outfit. I'll just freeze. Like, I'll suffer because the outfit is the priority. And whoever said hoes would never get cold, maybe I'm not a hoe. Maybe I am, but I gets cold. I do. Or maybe it's just getting older. A bitch gets cold. But my Pookie Bear baby angels, what can you do today to make your life easier? And again, everything I share are things that I learned firsthand, and that is the most like 3-5 human design thing ever. But I've learned a lot of things, and I learned through mistakes. And if I can share with you and you can learn something without making mistakes, that would make me so, so happy. So you don't have to go through the same shit I did. Like, some of the shit was like 3 to 5 years of torture and pain or just uncomfortableness. And if I can be like, here is a cheat sheet, take the cheat sheet and run. Have an easier experience or life. But waiting till the last minute to do things, like putting things off, fucked me over for years. I was thousands of dollars in debt. What else? I had a lot of fines. Yeah, doing that kind of shit, like, it really, really did fuck me over for years. Not just months, years. And it can just be little things. Like, I know it might be not your favorite to do it now, but if you have the time to do it today and you don't fuck over tomorrow you, like, that is you supporting you. That is you being on your own team. Because I know so many of you have been in situations where maybe you have an event this weekend and you need things done before the event. And you're like, oh, I have time. I have time to do it. I have time to do it. The day of comes. You don't have time to do it. You're late to all your appointments, and now you're inconveniencing your service providers. You're late to the event, and now you've pissed off all your friends. You put off gas, and now you're late, running out of gas. Maybe you're on the side of the fucking road. Like, there are just all these things that could have been avoided with better time management, with not putting shit off to the last minute. And the crazy thing is you fuck over yourself by putting these things out of the way. Like, no one's going to come then fall down from the sky and do these things for you. You putting these things off is putting them off for you, fucking you over, making you late. And so what can you do today to make your life easier? That can look like getting gas so you're not late in the morning, you're not stressed out, you're fucking over your nervous system, you have time to do all the things you enjoy and take your time, you're not speeding on the freeway, almost getting other people into accidents, like, just all this shit. Maybe it can look like doing the dishes so that you're not in chaos in the morning. And half of this shit isn't fun. It's not fun to go get gas and it's not fun to do the dishes. But this shit needs to be done. If you want a car and you want to go places, you got to refill the fucking tank. If you want to reuse the dishes, you got to wash them, especially if you live by yourself. But you're going to have to finally get sick of your own shit and have some kind of self-discipline to do the shit. Otherwise, you'll just continue to fuck yourself over. And it was something that took me a long time to learn, and maybe finally you'll learn it. But just ask yourself that every single day. What can I do to make my life easier? And you may have a partner that's very helpful, but wouldn't you both want to, wouldn't you want it to be teamwork? And instead of, oh, if I don't do this, my partner will eventually do it. Wouldn't you want to, how can I make their life easier? And how can they make my life easier? And it's just like this ping pong battle of love where you're both helping each other out versus like, I'm too lazy and I know they'll pick up all my slack. That's going to lead to like fucking resentment. I'm just saying, it'll fuck you over long term if you don't have that, and it's fucking love for yourself by doing things and not putting them off till later. And you can be doing this in so many ways, like getting things ahead of time, not making yourself late for everything. There are so many examples. But just ask yourself that every day. How can I make my life a little bit easier? Just saying. But me, when I was in that stage where I'd put things off, I'd get letters and I couldn't open them. I'd avoid emails. I'd avoid phone calls. It was just me being avoidant. It was me being avoidant and thinking everything was going to go away. Everything was going to fix itself. And it didn't. It had to finally get to the point where my debt was so overwhelming and suffocating. It got to the point where I had to deal with this shit, because otherwise I'd be kicked out, credit fucked, all of these things. And it was just me being an avoidant. And when you finally learn to deal with this shit, it is it'll get easier and easier and easier. Now I can just deal with things in the moment, but when you put these things off, physically, yes, you may be putting it to the side, but in the back of your head, you know you have to deal with it, and they're just little mental loads on your shoulders, and it's going to feel heavier and heavier and heavier, and time will go by and more shit will pile up, and you're just fucking yourself over. And it feels so good to just deal with the shit. And it might be scary for 2 minutes. 2 minutes you're opening up the mail and it's giving you anxiety, but you'll be fine. I promise. Get over it. You'll be fine. Put your big girl panties on and do it. And I'm telling you from experience, so you don't. At one point, I think I was $45,000 or $50,000 in debt. It was overwhelming. I didn't know how to ask for help. I wanted to take care of people and I didn't want them to think that I couldn't do it. It was a lot of shit. I've learned a lot. Excuse me. I've learned a lot of lessons. One thing that is also very, very true about myself, there are things that I can totally be it's whatever, life goes on about. For some reason, my nails is not one of them. When it comes to my nails, I cannot take my own advice. It comes to any, a tree could fall. Oh my gosh, I can't even say that. Like, my car could burn on fire and I could be like, it is what it is. Life goes on. And that shit better not happen. But if it did, I could be like, is what it is. Like, let's move on. But there's been 2 specific instances this year. I left my nail appointment and I was like, you did not give me what I asked for. And I hated them. But it was at the point, like, she had someone after her. I didn't want to throw off her whole day. I was like, it's only a few weeks, it's fine. And even though I kept like giving her instructions, like maybe a little more like this and this, she just wasn't getting it. And I was like, today's just not our fucking day. So I left. Both times I've left not liking my nails, I cried. I cried real tears, and that is insane. Like, bitch, you're so dramatic. I cried. And both times it ruined my whole day. I'm not even kidding you. And I went to work, and every nail set she does, I get so many compliments on it from like drive-through workers, anyone who I'm like handing my card to or like dealing with. I get compliments every time. Both sets I cried about, I got compliments on, and I told them. I was like, thank you, I hate these. Like, I cried over them earlier. Like, I don't even love these. She tried 3 different colors and they still weren't the right color. And I was like, fuck it, just do it. I'll be back in 3 weeks and we'll change them. And I get a lot of compliments on these. They're still not my favorite. But I cried. I cried. When it comes to my nails, it feels like life or death. For real. I'll be fine. If that doesn't feel like it. It is, what is it? Oh, it's the 1st. I think it's April. Is it April? January, March, April. It's April. And in several months in Virgo season, my whole life will change. My whole life has changed. I get to see T-Pain. That's how I feel. That's how I really feel. Like, I'm an ugly cry. I have like googly little butterflies in my tummy right now. I'm so excited. I get to see T-Pain. Why is I have no tissue. And I'm like, my nose is running like a motherfucker right now. I'll wash this shirt later, get over it. But I get to see T-Pain. And I know I'll just be standing there and he'll sing and it'll like, whatever cracks are in my heart will mend back together. And then I'll probably transcend into the sky. I'm so excited. I love him and I've always loved him. And I'm pretty sure he's a Libra. Let me see. When it comes to me, I just always got to prove myself right. T-Pain. Yep, I'm right. Duh. Mr. Pain. And I told myself years ago, I knew I wanted to go to one. I don't think he was coming anytime soon. But then I went to Usher and I was like, holy fuck, this was amazing. I want to go see people like I really, really love as artists. And none of them kept coming. And basically my whole life is made. And I'm so excited. And he has a wife. So good for him. We still could be the bestest of friends. I'm pregnant emotionally. Did you guys know your voicemail has a hidden or like a blocked folder? Have I told you this before? Go to History Healing and look at it. Who are you looking for when you look in this folder, huh? Go journal on that later. It has one, and I'm pretty sure it's if someone is blocked and they try to call you and they leave a voicemail, they go to that folder. It's insane. Go to History Healing. Have you also been on that website? I think it's called Unsent Text Messages. I have no idea how that website works, but my favorite thing to do is I go in there and I type in my name and I read all the text messages And I obviously act like they were all personally sent to me. And it feeds my ego, and it's a really, really fun time. I think that's all it's called. Let's double check for you. Unsent text messages. Or is it the Unsent Project? But I don't know. Do people just submit them on the website? Or you have to be 18 years of old? Interesting. Kenneth, you followed me back. I shouldn't, but I'll always miss our bond, my sweet boy. Luna, why can't you reach out first? I love rants and randomness. Any love you. This is incredible. It reminds me of, what is it? Craigslist. What's that section? My favorite section. OMG. Craigslist. Something. I'm going to remember later. Oh, you can submit. Huh? Oh, you can submit a post. Fun. I'm going to spend hours on that later. But yeah, you're welcome for that website. And then, do you guys remember old Facebook? So like when it first came out, early 2000s, it was savage. You would be like beefing with a friend and they would sub you. I mean, it was kind of like Twitter. They would sub you and then deny it. Like in the moment, it was incredible. It also reminded me, I was going through my Facebook and deleting old pictures and posts that just didn't feel relevant anymore. But so when I look back at like teenage years, childhood, my memory was like, you were ugly. I so did ass. You were ugly. You were unspecial. You were unloved. Just victim, victim, victim. But what's funny is when I looked back on Facebook, because I spent a lot of time on there, Bebo on there was my shit. Went back and saw like people posting on my wall, people tagging me in things. And for some reason, everything they posted didn't align with what I remembered. Crazy. Like, people really, really liked me. People were complimenting me and telling me beautiful, calling me beautiful, and all of these things. And it just made me realize every single one of us, have very distorted views of our past. Like, God, the memory I had was very dark. Like, oh, no one loved you. And you were so ugly. And then I go back and it's like, Kia, you're beautiful. Kia, you're gorgeous. Kia, I love you. You're so fun. Kia, Kia. And I'm like, And it'll be like one person, one time. Maybe one boy didn't like me back. Or, oh, this is so real. One rejection. So I would take that and blow it up and be like, you're ugly and unloved and no one ever wants you. And there could be like 10 people over here being like, Kia, you're beautiful and we love you and you're our favorite. And I'm like, shh. It's just me and him right now. And he's telling me I'm ugly and he hates me. And that is so real. And it also reminds me, if you have kids, you can take them on their dream day. Take them to fucking Disneyland. They can meet Disney himself. They can meet all of the superstars. You could buy them a fucking pony, take them on the carousel, eat everything they wanted for the day. And then you take them and make them go to bed and they'll start crying and be like, this was the worst day of my life. You're the worst mom ever. And kids are some damn liars. So I am now taking my past with a grain of salt. I take what my kids say with a grain of salt. But also that'll help if you journal about your past or your insecurities or shit you go through. If you almost treat it like an interview. So like if you're sad girl and you're like, I am unloved. And you just question it and question everything. Like, okay, who said that? Is this true? When did I first learn this? Is this maybe not true and this is just how I feel? And you just like really, really interrogate that belief. A lot of times you'll find it isn't true. Just like I found out. Rocked my world. I was like, wow. You may have been a little dramatic, Miss Kiki. And that's fine. I love being dramatic. My nose. Oh, it's because I'm cold. Ugh, science. Yeah. But that was a real eye-opener going down my Facebook. I also, you know how Facebook has memories and it's like 5 years ago you posted this status? Those be hard to look at. I delete that shit. The reason why I delete it is because I am such a great stalker if I want to be, and I can go back and find out a lot of shit about people. And because I know this, I know someone else is also a great stalker. So I want to make it as hard as possible for you to find the shit out that I would be able to find out about you. I just mind fuck. Have you, single people, or when you were single, have you ever been, it happened a lot on the TikTokers, now it happens on Instagram. Have you ever found a young person attractive? Like, I'll be scrolling and maybe it'll be reels or just like a random selfie that pops up on my timeline. And I'm like, that is one fine man. Scrolling through all their shit, go on their page and it's like, Jonathan, 19 years old. And I hear the sirens and I hear them coming for me and I just like already give in. I'm like, take me away, officers. I feel, and yes, they're legal, but I'm also 27 and sure, I'm like a baby 27, but like mentally it would feel wrong. Mentally it would feel illegal. You're baby, I'm baby. I know a little more than you, but also it just feels wrong. It feels so wrong. I've done younger. I can't take them serious. I don't think I could do young. I think I would feel like I was like rocking you to sleep like a baby. I don't think I can do it. Never say never. Shout out Justin Bieber. But I don't think I can. What I can do, I love to comment unhinged shit on like hot influencers that come up on my timeline randomly because I don't like following them. And I don't like following celebrities. But if they come up on my timeline, I love leaving like a thirsty ass unhinged comment publicly. I love it. I just want to let you know that I don't give a fuck. And I didn't give a fuck the other day. I DM'd Kia. I found Kia the car, their Instagram. What'd I say? I'll DM anyone. And this is your sign. Just DM anyone you want. Nothing matters. And learn to get comfortable saying no. Getting in sales and working in customer service will really, really help your people skills. And also getting comfortable being told no. That is a skill I think a lot of people need. I say, my name's Kia. I've been bullied for sharing a name with you. Want to give me a car and we can shit on them together? XO. But it's true. Any man I've ever met, it happens all the time working. I'll introduce myself. They say, Kia, like the car? Do you drive a Kia? That is their go-to line. And I smile and I give them their fake little laugh that they are dying for. Like it's the first time I've heard it. I've heard that 482 million times to be exact. So, come on, Kia, let's shit on them. Ugh. I've been watching. What is the show called? I've been watching White Lotus. White Lotus. I'm on season 3. White Lotus. Can I say it? No. The White Lotus is weird and it's amazing and it's incredible. And it's literally just you and other people's business. And I think that's why we all love it. But the mom, 3rd season, the mom, what's she from, like North Carolina? Is her name Victoria? Possibly. She's the mom of the little Buddha girl and the little boy who, I don't know. The 3 kids, and they're like from the South or whatever. The mom. She's so stuck up and so snooty, but I love it because she's very herself. She's just unapologetic, and I love someone who is just like fully themselves. But can we talk about their children? Like, first of all, the oldest son, if I met him in person, I would make it my life mission to humble him as best as I can. He is so fucking annoying. He irks my soul. And then there's the middle daughter and the younger son. And it's almost like the middle daughter and the youngest son have like an attraction towards each other. Am I the only one getting that vibe? I'm like, do you want to touch your brother? And do you want to touch your sister, you cousin fuckers? Ew. That's the vibe they give. Like their little obsession with each other. They want to touch and kiss on the lips. And it's illegal. Probably won't stop them. But every time they're on screen together, it makes me uncomfortable. Is it just because I've never had a brother? I know I need someone to agree with me. I feel like they want to touch, and it's yuck. Don't touch. When was it? Oh, last night. So I've curated my I've curated my reel page to be so unhinged, and it's incredible. But I came across this. It was either a reel or a TikTok. And it was like, if celebrities were normal people, what jobs would they have? What did it say? I think it said Alabama Barker would work at a Waffle House. I think Usher would be a personal trainer. And like, he would post those, those kitchen videos where those men are like seducing you while they're cooking. He looks like he'd do that. And he would be a personal trainer and he would fuck all the married clients. He'd totally do that. I could see T-Pain working at a Best Buy and he's like their most enthusiastic employee ever. Oh my gosh. But now every artist or celebrity you come across, you got to think about like, where would they work if they weren't famous? And it's funnies. Funnies. What's her name? Britney Spears would work at a Burger King. She would. I could see it. Oh, I could see it. My hips hurt. What is it? It's now April, which is insane. This is how it goes every year. January is 100 weeks long. February is so quick. And then the rest of the year, you like blink and it's gone. I don't get it. But May 10th, it's a Saturday if you're local in Seattle, Washington. I'm doing an event with my girl Sarah, the Virgo. She's a very, very talented photographer. My photo shoot with her was one of the first photo shoots ever that I got the shoot back and actually felt good. I've gotten so many galleries back, and I've talked to everyone I know, and they all feel like this. You'll go to photo shoots, feel great, feel hot, get the gallery back, and it's like they didn't know your angles, you felt so ugly. And so when I got mine back, and she just started photography recently, and she like just has a bunch of natural talent. She's so good. But I wanted I wanted to share her, and I wanted to share that with other people. And I told her, I was like, I want you guys, whoever comes to this event, so it's going to be like a smaller, intimate event. You come, do your shoot, you can stay before and after. We're going to have like a couple mimosas or non-alcoholic mimosas if you don't drink, a couple snacks. You'll get a Polaroid taken. I've made a little goodie bag of like custom things. I made these cute little custom affirmation cards that fit like in your car or your purse that you can take everywhere, but they are waterproof. They feel almost like a credit card. They're so fucking cute. Maybe I'll start selling them afterwards if there's any interest in them. And more stuff in the goodie bags. You get all of your photos. I'm going to take some behind the scenes footage for Sarah to use, but also you if you want it for like your page or whatever. But everyone attending, I want you to either send me photos or write it up and be like, I feel best when I look tall. I feel best front on. I don't like my side profile. I feel best in this way. I feel best in this way. And I'm putting that together, and before Sarah's session with everyone, I'm showing her and reminding her, like, hey, this is Jessica. Jessica wants to look tall. Jessica likes her side profile. Jessica likes this. And then for that next, whatever, I think it's like 20 minutes you spend with Sarah. She's focusing on that, and she's getting her good angles. And there's other women, and there's good music playing, and they're hyping you up, and you're giggling, and you're having fun. And it's just a good time. You all know that power when you've gotten a really, really good photo of yourself, like how good it feels. You will never get this time back ever again. You'll never be this age in this moment. And I wanted to collaborate and just show you Sarah's magic and Sarah show you your magic. Like, let's remind you how fucking hot you are. Let's get some hot photos of you. Let's document it. Come have a good time. Come connect. So that is May 10th. Tickets are in my Instagram bio and her Instagram bio, or you can DM me. It's going to be a really good time. I'm really excited. And yeah, I am doing a episode soon. So this will be your chance. I've been asking you insane would you rathers for years. This is your time to ask me a would you rather. Any question. No question is off limits. No question is TMI. It's going to be an episode full of questions. But every time I answer a question, I am going to eat, what are those fucking things called? Those jelly beans that, they're either the yummy one or the yucky one. It's like dirty socks or like marshmallows. So this is your chance to go balls to the walls crazy and ask me anything and make me answer questions. And you just get to laugh at me and I will entertain you by torturing myself. You're welcome. Now you can share my podcast with your Uber driver. You can write it on the bathroom stall. You can leave a review. You can post it. All of those sexy, sexy support things. I'd appreciate it, and I'd love you more than somehow I already do. Now this is Aries season. Be bold, take up space, raise your voice, use all caps, get sexy, have fun, love bomb someone. Nothing matters. Just make it a good one.